If you've been in the housing market in recent months or even years, you may realize how hard it is to buy a house because of the rising costs. But what's really getting even harder is finding a house that you actually love, that you want, and you can afford. Now, the current housing crisis with affordable homes here in the United States, it's very competitive price points and inventories that are low. And bidding wars can be common in those price points because average prices on simple houses seem to be steadily climbing. And most people will point a finger and say, big corporations or Wall Street investors, they're all buying this stuff up and I can't do it. But what many people think is that Wall Street and these corporate owners are buying up all these affordable homes in America. But here's the truth, guys. The reality is there's much more to this story than you really know. And I'm going to show you what that is. So give me a thumbs up if you're good with that. Now, I'm Jerry with Jerry Pincus Real Estate Experts, and I'm here to help you to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. Now, the actual reason behind the current housing crisis, reason number one, is the rise in small investors. Now, believe it or not, while most people believe that corporations and institutional investors are the ones that are snapping up real estate, and they are, don't get me wrong, they are indeed buying a good chunk of the houses all around the United States, but there isn't the biggest reason behind this affordable homes and the current housing crisis. Now, the reality is that everyday people are acting as small investors and causing this inventory shortage. This is the fact, because these individual buyers are playing an increasingly active role in shaping the current housing landscape. And many existing homeowners are buying additional properties in the hope that they can have additional streams of income and maybe even a form of retirement and long-term investment. Look, rental income can be a consistent and reliable income stream for many people. Now, this is particularly attracting individuals who want to diversify their portfolios and are looking to supplement their yearly income through passive investments. And other than that, many retirees are doing just this in the hopes of building this additional source of passive income throughout their retirement years when they stop working. Now, additionally, rental income generated from investment property can help offset those mortgage payments or property taxes and also maintenance costs, and it creates a positive cash flow for a lot of landlords. And owning rental properties can offer certain tax benefits as well. And landlords are able to deduct mortgage interest, property taxes, and certain maintenance costs from their rental income, and this particularly lowers their taxable income. Real estate is a physical asset, and it's often considered to be a secure investment. Now, unlike stocks or bonds, again, people want to diversify their portfolios, so they're looking at other things. And these advantages to real estate are attracting many individual buyers to buy more than just one property and generate income from that. There's also these big entities who are always looking to earn. And reason number two is those big entities. Now, it is true that hedge funds, private equity firms, and Wall Street are big players in residential housing market. Real estate has always been an attractive option for them because they invest and then they get the rental income and the appreciation of that property. Now, private equity firms, sometimes they'll pool investor money to purchase big real estate assets. And this can be including blocks of single-family homes. Now, their motive is generating rental income and profiting from potential appreciation or creating a diversified portfolio for all of their investors. Other large financial institutions like Wall Street firms and investment banks are indirectly involved in the residential real estate market through the creation and management of real estate investment trusts, also known as REITs. REITs are companies that own and operate income-producing real estate. Investors are purchasing shares of REITs to invest in real estate market without getting direct ownership or having to do the day-to-day maintenance and issues that go along with real estate. Institutional investors, they can purchase large numbers of properties all at once in a neighborhood, and they can also have control over the housing prices in that area. Now, think of it this way. Let's say there's 50 homes in a neighborhood, and 30 of the houses are owned by institutions, and the rest of the 20 are owned by individual buyers. Now, those institutions can decide to raise the prices, and the rest of the 20 will be forced to do the same. And I've discussed this topic before in a previous video in detail, so you can go check it out here. I'll leave a link in the description below. Now, these large-scale purchases, especially buying starter homes, have tightened an already limited housing inventory, and this is impacting affordability and accessibility for individual home buyers. Has this affected you in any way? Have you felt that? If you have, just realize that the market is still dominated by individual home buyers and not by these entities. Now, individual homeowners own most of the homes in the United States, and this includes first-time home buyers, families looking to upgrade, and as we discussed earlier, smaller investors. They call them mom and pop landlords. Now, some states, they're trying to pass laws to restrict these large corporations from purchasing single-family homes. And this makes sense because it is so hard to get into certain price points in certain areas in the nation. These laws could support individual buyers by limiting the larger corporations from buying houses in bulk in certain areas. Even if these laws do succeed, there's a real problem, and the laws would only target a small segment of this investor pool, which means these large corporations. This wouldn't necessarily control the broader impact of all investors, including these small mom and pop investors who really own a smaller percentage of those homes. Also, a lot of people, they hate homeowners associations because they have strict rules, which makes sense in this case because it would keep out a lot of these investors. Some of these will have a certain percentage of the neighborhood that will allow for rentals, and the rest of them all have to be owned by individuals and that live there. Because HOAs can play a great role in restricting these large corporations from buying houses. So it's not all bad with an HOA. Some HOAs, they've got rules to restrict and even prohibit even short-term rentals in a neighborhood. You can have a long-term rental for 6 months or 12 months, but not an Airbnb or a nightly or weekly rental. Additionally, some HOAs, they limit the number of rental properties that are allowed in that community, as I mentioned. And this will stop those landlords or corporations from buying in HOA communities. So the truth is, even though large corporations do indeed contribute to the affordable home crises in the number of homes that they buy, and individual buyers are still the primary reason that we currently have this inventory shortage. And this is not going to stop anytime soon. You know why? Money. Investors, anyone looking for an investment long term, they're looking for a return on their investment. And people need a place to live. But on the other hand, large investors, they're going to create more competitive market for home buyers, particularly in certain residential areas. And this will make it more challenging for first-time home buyers and those on fixed incomes to find affordable options. Now, even if the market crash happens like a lot of people are waiting for, and they want it to happen because they think it's going to lower prices, houses still won't be available to buy, nor will they be affordable for most future home buyers. I'm Jerry with Jerry Pincus Real Estate Experts. My real estate team is here to help you find your hidden gem and to avoid those pitfalls that are costly. And if you're thinking about buying or selling a house anywhere in South Carolina or anywhere in the United States, give us a call, 843-839-9870. My real estate teams helped over 2,000 people successfully move in the last 20 years. And we have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I want to make sure that you're avoiding those pitfalls that are costly. Now, if you've watched this video to the end, make sure you share it with somebody you know who could use it. And until next time, stay happy, stay educated, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys.